So first the prosodical breakdown of it. This is again, as we discussed, that the poetic meter that is being followed here, or that is adopted by al-Bayqūniyyah rahimahullah, is called al-Rajaz, and the Rajaz is broken down into two parts. This is the first part, and this is the second part. This division in between signifies the constituents divided on 3 and 3. That is a total of 6 constituents, 3 on this side, and the other 3 on this side. So the first one would be wal-munkarul, which is if there's a sukoon here, then it can very clearly be understood. SubhanAllah. That is right here. So if you put a sukoon over here, that is wal-munkarul. So this part over here, the first constituent ends here. So you have haraka sakin wal-munkar. That is mun, the haraka sakin. So the first one is broken down this, the second syllable, and karul with the tanween over here, karul. This gives you the first constituent that is from here to here. And the second one is fardu bihi. So it breaks down over here, which is haraka sakin, haraka. That is haraka sakin, haraka sakin. So the first one breaks down here, and the haraka sakin here. So this all together makes it the second constituent. Wal-fard wal-munkar al-fard bihi. And so you can consider this to be 2. This is the first, and if you were to the last one, that is rawin ghada. Even though rawi ghada could be correct, but it's not correct in terms of what is heard and preserved of the text. So the correct way would be rawin ghada. So you would say haraka sakin, that is ra win. So this is broken down into 2 parts too. And ghada, this haraka sakin. So haraka sakin, win, and ghada haraka sakin. And this all together makes it the third constituent, and they are all intact. So this is the correct way of reading it. وَالْمُنْكَرُ الْفَرْضُ بِهِ رَاوٍ غَدَى. And تَعْدِيلُهُ, this is haraka sakin right here. Sorry. Haraka sakin, ta'di, and the second one haraka sakin, and luhu with the tanween here with the stretch that needs to be understood here too. Ta'diluhu, which would make it the first constituent. As I said, that both sides have 3 constituents, total of 6 in this poetic meter. So this will break it down into the first of this side over here, 3 parts of it, 3 parts of the 4th constituent. So you would say that this will be number 4, or the first of the second side, or the second part of it, because this is divided into 2 parts. So وَتَعْدِيلُهُ, this is 1, and then again the haraka sakin, and haraka sakin, and haraka ta'diluhu tafar. And this is, even though tafarruda, there are 2 tas here. So you would consider this the lam to be pronounced as a ta too, because ta is from huruf shamsiyah. So talayah, so milut, this is together 1 constituent. So you have a total of 5 constituents from here to here. This is the 5th one. And lastly, tafarruda, that is tafarruda. So this is divided into 2 constituents only. That is haraka. Sorry, this should be here in between. There is the ra. There are 2 ras, tafar, and the second one is ruda. So you would say like there are 2 ras that are pronounced together. Tafar, the one is sakina, and ruda. This is how it's pronounced. Tafar ruda. and you say, for example, if it goes like this, tafarruda. So the constituent breaks down, and it's only the first ra that's taken into consideration, so this will be the first one. And ruda, this haraka sakin, is another constituent. Altogether gives you this full sixth one. So this is the sixth constituent, and this is the correct way of reading it. If you were to, let's say that the typographical error that happened here in this spot, and that was because of me typing it, and I mistakenly put a kasra there and not a tanween, and this is something that might be present in some writings as well. If you were to read it according to that, I mean, here it would not break, but there is a good chance that you are either reading it incorrectly by thinking that this is what the poetic meter requires, or it is actually breaking and you would not realize. And I've spoken to many students before too, that unless you do know the science itself, which could be learned either in a more technical and a traditional formal manner, which is a good thing, and that's literally how you can actually know the science properly, but you have to learn it from someone who himself knows it, as well as practically applying it, which I do with my students a lot of times, which I think if they were to transition into learning the science of Arabic prosody later on, it will be much easier for them later.